We are back in Spooky City as it is Halloween here in North America. This is a huge holiday, especially as a European. It is party time in North America. Faux show. I can't wait to not see all the costumes outside because I'll be inside playing Counter-Strike as per usual. I don't care about any holidays. I don't care what day it is. I don't care where I am. All I want is a PC and a good connection and FPS. You guys can enjoy your Halloween, but I don't give a rat's ass about it because CSGO
conquers all.
Is all I spend my time doing. I'm too into to play football, so all there is CSGO. But we are live here from Santa Monica. We have had Fnatic make it to the finals in Arlington with the last place that was left from Europe, but now we move to North America. There's one more spot to fight for, and fight for some teams well. We can have a look at the bracket and see how things have shaped up to get to this point in North America. At the top, eUnited took out INTZ, then they took out X Singularity, 2 zeros all the way, lots of vertigo as well. At the bottom, MIBR had a rough time versus the Quest. They had a great map one versus ATK, and they kind of smashed him in a second. They solved that puzzle, but can they solve the puzzle of eUnited? The next test, the final test, for them to make it to Arlington, Texas for Thanksgiving. What do you think, guys?
MIBR looked really good.
Oh yeah?
I think they look a little better than eUnited, just a little bit. Well, maybe a little bit more than just a little bit.
What do you think stylistically of the matchup?
MIBR is hard to play against, I think. You'd see eUnited maybe want to be more defaulty, let's play together. MIBR is like, I'm going to be fair. I'm going to just push this angle randomly all the time, everywhere on the map. So if eUnited can maybe look for that, they might have a good chance of stopping that aggressive push.
Okay.
But MIBR is going to play with no respect.
Dan, who's going to win?
Well, ATK is a different team than eUnited, but I think ATK is better than eUnited in terms of the amount of skill that they have on the team.
Yeah.
And I think their team plays a bit better too. So I'm trying to find ways, winning conditions for eUnited, but they're definitely a heavy underdog in this matchup.
So you think they have less of a chance than ATK did?
Yeah, and I think the thing too as well is that MIBR, this is a qualifying game for LAN. This is where there's going to be even more focus for MIBR because they get to, the result is so important. It's so important for them to reach LAN because they're a team that they need more LANs under their belt right now. And if they were not to qualify, especially against eUnited, what does that say about their team and their players?
Yeah, there are lots of eyes on them. There is a big focus, so we can get right into it and have a look at the veto, I suppose, and see where the maps will be played, where the matches will be played. Bloody hell, man. I've just been tongue-tied all day. It's really annoying. But anyway, Overpass will be the opening one. Ooh, we've got that. All right, so that's interesting. So United have gone for Vertigo against the other teams in each part of the bracket, but here they floated it, and MIBR will be going for the veto in a second part. So Overpass train with Inferno as a decider. This is where the matches will be played. I'm really excited for Overpass. I love Overpass in general, but I think MIBR, we've seen them on Mirage try to force 2 AWPs in. It's interesting that United go for the veto of Mirage instantly. But how will they play on Overpass? I'm curious to see. We've seen some rounds yesterday where Fallen had the AWP and KNG was happy with the scope of the Krieg rather than the scope of the AWP. So there's much interest to be had here from MIBR because it seems like they're still developing and testing things out in that regard. And for United, they need to surprise us. They need to bring their A game. They need to break the money of MIBR repeatedly on their CT side, win those key rounds. There's a lot that they need to do. There's a lot of boxes they need to tick. MIBR, if they are just themselves, then that might be enough. We shall have to see. But it is prediction time, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to go with MIBR because they should be a lock-in for this one. They should be.
They should be.
They should be.
I think I might have to go as well because, if you can manage to beat Pollen, then you have to beat KNG in the AWP. And I don't know if United might have that firepower to do that.
Yeah, I think there's one map that might be a good look, which is Train. We've seen that they've had United are favourable in Train in a lot of their games, but the issue is that their quality of opponents, it's a very different story. So I don't feel like it's even representative of how they'll be able to play against this kind of opposition. So it's a simple MIBR pick. They're heavy favourites for sure.
All right, Sligmus.
Sligmus.
I can't say Sliggle every time.
I like the maps for United, so I'm just going to go for it.
Okay. We got the gambler in the office. He's got the hairy chest with the open shirt in Vegas. Sliggy is the overweight man at the craps table, just shouting while other people play. Well, let's see if the gambler mentality is going to pay off. eUnited, that's a big one. The maps might be good for them, but will that be enough? Asthma. I'm really short of breath today. I've got my little asthma pump here. Big man, small asthma pump. What can I say?
SOB.
SO what?
SOB.
What are you calling me?
Shortness of breath.
It's time for the user predictions. Let's have a look and see what the people at home think. Who is going to win? Reasonable. The Brazilian fans have been waiting for this one. 73% for MIBR. eUnited, that's like almost... Well, I don't know if almost is fair, but it's heading towards a third of the vote. That's a lot. That is a lot. So it's not just Sliggy. He's not out there alone. There are other people like him. Not sure if that's a good thing or not, but let's have a look at the odds from Pinnacle and see what they have to say about things. Now, we had they've been pretty shrewd with the odds today. Ooh, they've got a lot closer. If you look at Fnatic versus Pro, VP were 5+.
Yeah.
In that best of 3. And I mean, it has been shaky for MIBR. They went 3 maps with the Quest, right?
Still though.
So those are really close.
I feel like you would want to even flip these, like have these odds, but for the previous game would make more sense, and then the 5-1 would make more sense here. I almost feel like, but maybe not. Maybe I mean Pinnacle, they nailed it. They did nail it.
Yeah, they did.
VP did.
They did. I think it did play out to those odds.
Yeah.
So perhaps they know something that we don't. Perhaps they've got the Chinese abacus up. Maybe this box is empty. They've taken the Chinese abacus. They've done the numbers, and you know, got those sharp odds. That's really interesting. That makes me curious about eUnited and what they may have to offer here. We saw some good things from them on train, I want to say, this week, if I'm remembering correctly, with Cooper. He was really he was really key with the AWP, and he will most certainly need to be. I think you're not going to see. I would imagine he's probably going to be combating 1 sniper on Overpass as opposed to 2, like we saw him force on Mirage. MIBR on the CT side, but we won't have long to find out. On a side note, I just retweeted some tweets from Freya. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which she has spoken about on Twitter. So have a look at those, because it's good to be aware of those things. Important reminders for everybody, I think. So check yourself and all that.
Yeah.
How are eUnited going to win this match?
Oof. I mean, I'm trying to think of scenarios and what they can do to beat MIBR. I think MIBR has to be on an off day, to be honest. Like, they have to be missing shots, teamwork off, especially like KNG. You know, he's been playing pretty hot. Taco's been playing really, really good, almost MVP kind of.
Taco's beaten the wall.
He's been holding down bomb sites by himself, getting deagle kills, really uplifting his team. I just think eUnited, we do see Marquee lurking a lot, and I don't know if MIBR they would probably notice this. So I think it's going to be up to Marquee to really get those extra 1 or 2 kills when he's lurking. I think that's going to be the key.
I want to see gambles in their game plan because they are the underdog team. I think they need some gambles that will go their way. I think if you're going to have a game plan where the philosophy behind it is we're good enough to beat MIBR in heads-up Counter-Strike and like with defaults and so on, I don't think that's a realistic expectation. I think you have to treat it as though we are the underdogs. Let's throw some risky stuff at them and just accept that it might not go well. But if it does go well, we can get rolling, and we can get economy control and so on and so forth. So like a map like Overpass, you're thinking about a little bit less in the way of in terms of defaults on T side, and you know more all-ins. I think like towards the B bomb site and so on, and just hope that is enough, because I don't think they can. The simple defaults, I think there's just too much room for MIBR to get advantages. The
statistics on Inferno for these two teams are kind of crazy. So with 5 maps played in the last 3 months for eUnited, they are 20% on Inferno. MIBR with 12 maps in the same time period are 42%. So I feel like that might be a crapshoot. Of course, MIBR will be playing tougher opponents in that respect, so that might skew the odds somewhat. Overpass, eUnited is 75% in 8 versus the 60% in 5. So maybe that balances out to a kind of 50-50 again with different levels of teams.
I wonder how many of those maps were with Zeus in the lineup, though.
That's a good point. Yeah, who the hell
It does
knows?
make a difference.
Yeah.
PNG, the
I love this. I
banger.
would love to know how much a flip knife, a super green flip knife like that is worth. Because that looks amazing. I love that. Somebody buy my talent knife.
I think the other thing about this matchup, I think realistically, you're probably never expecting to win Overpass as well. I think they have to find that value and train. But I don't know what their game plan, how they could understand their game plan should look like. But yeah, I mean, this is it.
Well, they have a higher percentage on Overpass, as we mentioned. They're 75%.
Yeah, but are they playing people that are as good as MIBR?
Yeah, I went through. Yeah, but I think that makes it 50-50 to me.
I think the other thing too is that this is the moment where United, they've earned this position to get to play MIBR to qualify. If United are going to show us that they are actually super sick, this is the moment. It all comes down to this one.
Cooper is going to throw a smoke grenade into the B bomb site. Maybe it's a burst attempted. Okay. Well, let's see. Smokes are up from the T's and the CTs. I think it was on the bridge, that one that was thrown long. Short smoke is from MIBR, of course. Shot in the head to Fur as he falls back to the ward side, trying to defend from there with that smoke. Behind that smoke, the CTs. And MIBR will get themselves in a 1 versus 2. Marquis is the only man standing now. That's an instant pop onto KNG for where it's fallen. He's heard the footsteps and he makes it look easy. Marquis, a highly rated player in North America, showing us why in a pistol round.
some amazing shots, and even when MIBR pretty much had a stack in that B bomb site, United just pushed their way through. With Plato.
Lovely Glock work there, very confident, taking his time, knowing how to place the shots. Okay, so 3 MAC-10s. I like that. I like that a lot. You want to gain position very quickly in these rounds, the MAC-10s allow you to do it. There's not often going to be head armor in the following round if you win this one too, so carrying through the MAC-10s is strong because of that as well. And look at this setup, very aggressive from MIBR towards Fountain, and also having Lucas in connector here to hold things down. Oh dear. Well, there's a trade, so that's good at least, but this is it, the all-in move from MIBR. Going down the stairs, trying to make this happen. 3v3.
Not how you want to lose an anti-force spy situation. If you can pinch from both ends, it's quite nice. I wonder if there would be an interesting bait setup if you had 2 players with Deagles. One was on the shelves and one was next to them. So the guy on the shelves dies. Marky actually checked if anybody was above. He's very aware, but not everybody's going to do that. So that might be a fun one for an eco round in the future. Food is creeping, and he's going to walk into Taco, but Taco misses the shot. United somewhat separate. 1v1's there to be had by MIBR, but have they lost position now once the smoke has gone up? Does Fallen commit to this? I mean, he's pretty good for a headshot, so he may fall to the lower area to fish for something. He'll be limited by a Molotov for now. But he wants to be gifted an opportunity if he activates. I think maybe Fur gets closer, but seems he will fall away. Fallen. He might have a look from the stairs. 2-0 United. It was looking somewhat hairy. And again, there might be more anti-force buys, anti-eco rounds to come. I'm sure there will be. So MIBR may feel some confidence despite how this one has gone in the future opportunities.
And there we go. They do manage to find the finish on the bomb site, which is fantastic. Not too much to worry about in the following rounds. It'll be fine to see them fire up another MAC-10, at least like a couple MAC-10s in this round will be fine, but they still have the one on Cooper as well. There we go, yeah, double MAC-10. I really like that a lot. I think it's underrated. I think teams are too quick to buy full rifles just because they can. Whereas, you know, the MAC-10s, it's not just about the fact that you make more money and so on, but it's really nice to be able to move quickly into position and create space for the riflers behind you. And one of the objectives, the way the pistols win this round, is by slowing you down significantly and making you fearful of every position, every angle. You can also take risks not being afraid, oh, if I give away a MAC-10, you know, you're not suddenly thinking, oh, they can win a round. But if you give away a Krieg, you know, one Krieg can win a round. Oh, does he see the head there?
I've seen a head stack around that area that you could actually shoot someone through the wall. Forgot who did it. It was last season, actually.
Fallen still fishing for something. Oh, the timing. Even watching that kind of timing is just, it just hurts to watch. And it happens there all the time. Such is the nature of the game. As soon as you stop looking, somebody appears. As soon as you turn away, you get shot in the back of the head. So on and so forth. Lovely pop flash play from eUnited. And there's a good time on the clock. We will have a third person on the A bomb site as a smoke towards the bank position, but it is quite telegraphed. They'll buy time for a rotation. It's not long from B to A. Closing a distance now. There'll be an exchange, tagging and fragging. Cooper makes his way to and through the front of the site, looking behind the smoke, but taken out from the other side. He's got the information there, and Freakazoid will clean up, avenging his brother. Lucas, he's a dab hand with a Desert Eagle. But I don't expect much from this. He has nothing to lose though, really. No Kevlar. Deagle isn't a priority to save, so he shall go fishing. Timing. Oh.
That is very unlike Lucas.
He looks like he needs to warm up a little bit.
Yeah, he needs to get those hands warm, get the blood pumping.
So annoying shooting someone walking away from you. Do some awkward movements, as you saw right there.
I found that's something that DM has helped me with enormously. Shooting
Don't
people in the
think,
back.
just click.
Yeah, you just I don't know, because I find that like if when my brain's turned off and I'm just DMing, that I shoot in a different location and I shoot them indifferently than if they're facing me. I kind of try to guarantee it. So I like it. We still get the Mag 10 kept by Vanity. Big fan of the Mag 10. Just clearing out connector here. So, ooh, that's a great pick from Food. What a shot. That is huge. Minute 20 to go. You get a pick there. They're clearing. They're kind of working their D4, trying to clear bathrooms as well. Now, if they cut noise a little bit, they may get an aggression from MIBR. And also, what happens is MIBR start to wonder what is going on. They look for the information. They get a boost here. Pretty scary to do this boost just because there could still be a lurkout of Monster Tunnel. There isn't, but there could be. So it's quite scary to do stuff like that sometimes. Surely there's a flash.
Might be tough to flash him from that position. An alternative angle. We saw this in Europe as well, trying to catch players swinging to check divider. That was unlucky. Nice. So normally the sniper will be further up, trying to catch people coming out of connector, but that is yielding 3 kills at the moment. Nice flick from KNG. He is pretty fast, isn't he? Fur goes down in the meantime, but that's information to play off of. The time is low, and the bomb needs to be planted. Just now collected by Marky. Default plant coming in. Is there an angle for spray? Taco's not sure if someone's covering it, and they probably are. Quick look, almost 2. Freakazoid low now. Lots of jiggling from Taco. That's beautiful from him. That leaves Cooper on a 1 versus 3. He has angles on the bomb. There's no grenades for the CTs. It's just about the fragging. Surely they'll push him. Surely they'll try to swing. 2 grenades found on the site. Another flick for Cooper. He needs to be dangerous, and he is. But KNG, with 3 kills, will defuse the bomb. And MIBR will find their first round.
Seemed like a mistake there from eUnited. The way that they were playing that 3v3, 2 at DICE, kind of swinging on the wrong side of DICE, because you've got your AWPer who's covering your angle if they push deep, and if you go to, if they were going, instead of going to Taco's left there, if they both swung out to his right, that's way harder for Taco to actually get both of them, and they can swing together.
Yeah, definitely a mistake in that situation.
So that was that was a really big mistake, the way that they swung that. Cooper did some good damage at least.
They did indeed, and United off with a pretty decent start. Group posting up on this connector. MIBR going for a stack, but quickly falling back. Maybe they hear something they don't like.
Freak on 4 HP, dodging the bullets of his teammate. KNG looking for the I don't know what to call that, but like basically the jump peak, or the sometimes you get a boost there as well. I don't know what that spot, like people refer to it as that
Stair
spot.
boost.
Stair boost.
Just jump peak for me.
Stair boost is more specific.
Because if I was trying to like warn a teammate about that spot,
What?
I don't know.
What's a jump peak?
You jump and peak. It's a jump peak.
No, but there's a boot. That's a common boost though. So I don't know what to call it. People are boosted there.
Jump peak.
Stop. Just accept
This
it.
guy's making it more complicated than it needs to be.
You're the one who's always talking about being specific.
Specific jump and peak. It's a jump peak.
That's not a jump.
How couldn't be more specific? It's literally the words of the action. There's a flash towards Monster as KNG starts to fish on the outside, and again, can hold this angle from high, from low, walking out. Lisa Doom, another 1 versus 1, and again, he wasn't close enough to really realistically try and trade a player like KNG, and that's an expensive lesson to learn. So nice to lurk around the toilets with an AWP. You can reset so many different angles. Freakazoid spotted along, can't quite track the kill on Fallen. Moving as he sprays, and Cooper has left as this round has not been successful. MIBR survived the round prior with just the 1 player, so this is a great situation for them. The money isn't really there to be hunting. They've picked up some AKs, be happy with that, and look forward to the next round.
The thing that kind of sucks about the way they did that is that in the previous round, you could argue that it was a small leak. They got a quick 5v4, and then in the previous round, when they were closing in on the A site, they didn't flash KNG. 1 player went down, but it's kind of okay because they gained a huge amount of ground with that. So it's just, you can overlook that. But here, it's like, you can't get the same situation. You have to get the flash forwards, and the KNG, that he's posted on that spot before, so he's earned enough respect from that position that you have to throw out a flash or have a double peek.
We've got the hero AWP for Cooper, and a bunch of crap. He has to walk into angles versus top-tier Brazilian players. Rather you than me, buddy.
They're really good.
Ooh, mistakes were made. I don't know if he saw 2 players or just the 1, but Lucas goes down for free. Nobody watching the short B position. I would imagine he scoped in early, and with that, they'll try to abuse their numbers. Taco's in trouble. He's blind, and they are encroaching on his position. An immediate trade, and first got to fall to the water. I don't know if rotation's going to come in time. Trying to put some smoke up to defend. Oh, KNG. He has all the angles. Doing a great job. He has been pretty good for MIBR, I would say, on the AWP. I think stylistically he's quite different to Fallen, which is great because it means that there's something new for MIBR, which is something new for their opponents to deal with as well. Cooper will fall away. He has time, though, to go for this. Of course, it's a 1 versus 2, so why wouldn't he? Will it be a run towards long? If he goes short, then that will invite a rotation. MIBR being patient, playing together on the B-bomb site. As time ticks on, will one of them rotate?
It's pretty smart too, because if a CT is to go back to A, which typically will happen, because he knows they were both posted up on B, that it's unlikely that they'll take a deep position on A. So he can have a good guess that it's going to be bank or CT stairs, somewhere nearby, but not deep. So he gets a plant for free, effectively. Don't want to go too crazy. Oh, KNG runs through the flames, he hears it. He's got to get the kill quickly, though, because the other player's going to be in, and there's no time. And that's a pretty heads-up play from KNG. Oh no, he gets taken down from the back as well after time. That is a real rough one.
That's a pretty big mistake on Cooper at that point with the round loss bonus. It's better just get the bomb down and die in that situation than to, get off the bomb. Even if he hears KNG running through the Molotov, you don't have time.
Well, it's a coin flip, I guess the second plant, yeah.
There's 4 seconds left in the round. He's gotta.
He must commit.
Yeah, just hope, pray, gamble it.
Okay, we've got a change of pace from eUnited, and this might spell trouble for MIBR. Will the smoke save? Maybe. Fur alive, pushing forward. They're almost shooting each other. They're convinced he's in the smoke, but he's in another one. He hears the. I don't know if Freakazoid was making some sound, but if players rotate to A, they must be careful. It's just Fallen at the moment with the M4A4. And he will be caught by Cooper. And Freakazoid's pretty deep as well. Quick tap from Fur. He'll have to show some presence now. And suddenly we're in a 2 versus 2. We've got flanks on flanks though as Vanity chases. He's chasing Fur, who's chasing the T's on the site, who've left the site. So this is all changing now. So now it's a 2-on-2. Lucas and Taco remain. They've got smokes and a flashbang. They've got, sorry, nades and a flashbang, no smokes. Cooper makes his way forward, looking for the fast shots. They found a molly on the site, but he will die in the flames. Will it be enough? Surely Vanity's got this. I think it's pretty much a done deal at this point. Taco's going for the spin to win, but he won't win. eUnited back in the leads. They make it to 4 rounds.
It's a good call by eUnited. The rounds before this, KNG was pretty much picking off as eUnited was slow peaking. That round, they kind of mixed it up by putting a lot more aggressive utility and pushes to really make KNG uncomfortable by that divider sands area.
Yeah, I love it too. I completely agree. Just the fact that instead of overly respecting that position, they decide to break it so that MIBR can't think, oh, this is a position of strength for us in the coming rounds. United now can feel like we've dealt with this. If it comes up again in a future round, we can deal with it. That's really important. Looking for the swing. Are they going to swing or are they just going to hold this? Guess they'll hold it. 4-man peak. Tom is towards playground, so maybe there is some love to be had by this setup. Maybe not. Cooper will spot it. Cooper's been really good so far. When he gets into position, he's doing great work.
Oh, Vanity. That was a messy one, but he will get there. Manages to escape as well. No need to take any more jewels with 6 HP and an AK-47. For last seen above connector. He can be dealt with by food. He checks the angle properly, but first pretty good with a P250. So now he's got a chance to make himself some bonus money. No Kevlar, not much to lose apart from his life, and Marky will take that. United 5 to the 3 of MIBR, but they're back on the buy. Fallen gets an AWP. Will KNG do the same? It would be no armor.
Oh yeah, glass cannon, baby.
So Freakazoid will keep the MAC-10, it seems. And it's always really interesting because the way that you will want to play with the MAC-10, you want to use it for its advantages. So it does suggest that he's going to be that guy that can quickly take position in close ranges. Maybe it's in connector. Maybe you send him first into B. We'll see how they end up using that. But it's obviously like a concerted choice, a part of their play style. And they're playing really well so far. They had a couple hiccups here or there. But generally, they're getting advantages and they're able to close them. So you got to credit United's work so far. And
oh dear.
That's not free. That's not free for too long. Well played by Mr. Food.
It's not a bad upgrade for Lucas, if he can get to it. Maybe he wants to hold with the MP9. Might be better for the numbers. Don't have too many memories of Lucas with an AWP. United not giving the sound cues away. Posturing towards the B bomb site. 3 players outside Monster or towards short B, with Marky looking for any flanks. None just yet. It is a reactive game now from MIBR. KNG is waiting. We've got 3 flashes and 2 smokes for United. Lucas spots a lot of information. I don't think he saw the bomb, but oh, listen to the reposition. He'll catch Cooper going to throw a grenade, and no one's just not paying any attention to the short reposition, assuming it's for free. It's not for free.
It is not. Freakazoid and Marky left to try to take down KNG and Fur. They'll remove one, but Marky will give the same treatment to Fur. Can he get the bomb just about? So he's got a plant here, which is fantastic. The money's secured. He doesn't have any flashes or anything like that. It would be really money, but the smoke does land a fake moving back, and KNG will not suspect this. Marky may have just won the round because Fur thinks that KNG thinks that he went towards short. Marky, beautiful play, smart stuff. Absolutely perfect, and that's a 6-3, and they broke the money now of MIBR, who need a save round. eUnited looking great, and this is where it started. Fallen taking that position, that jump peak for granted. It's a jump peak too, James.
It's almost a disaster what happened. You see Cooper right there trying to line up for heaven smoke. in those kind of situations, it's good to know, I guess, having smoke from outside monster, but it's better just to probably take the bomb site on a contact than toss a heaven smoke in that situation. I don't know. That's my opinion.
Not a bad start. Not a gun you're going to recover. I would expect it to be disposed of. MIBR will be heard. The activity will be heard. It'll be listened to. But how much will this slow United down? They didn't know if, well, the running away was probably genuine because MIBR don't know that eUnited are there to fake, but now they can see the use of utility to clear their position. MIBR just searching. Again, said these rounds would be an interesting test. Marky a little far behind his teammate. No flash to take that short B position. I guess they're taking gambles in that respect so as not to invite a rotation. But it does invite more risk. And more risk means that they've lost 2 players. Molotov's gone the wrong way. Free score takes out a balcony player though. And it seems that the rifles might just prevail. First still lurking somewhere with Desert Eagle. KNG has got a lot less than that. He's fair on a short spot, waiting for a peek. Molotov will slow him down. Now he's got an AK.
It's a start. It's very weak though. Might want to save the AK at this point. We'll retreat. It's a nice setup from eUnited. They were looking pretty weak after, you know, went down to a 3 versus 4 situation, but they managed to recover nicely. And that's really cool because, as you say, James, it is a big test. You know, some teams, they'll, you know, you can clearly see 2 big issues typically in a round like this, where one will be indecision, and the other will be lack of communication, or perhaps lack of a communication which is going to allow the team to come to a decisive position, and people start playing scared and so on. But that was decisive. They got to a certain situation. It's like, all right, let's move together. We have an objective. And they managed to close that one down. So 7-3 on the T side. That's huge. MIBR unable to really leverage the strength of their snipers, of their individuals in aggressive plays that allow a CT side to take over this map. That's a problem. They need to find a way to adjust that.
Maybe they can do it in this round. Back to the 1 AWP. So again, it seems that I feel like it's still in flux, the whole sniper thing with MIBR. It's like the double sniper issue has gone from the lower teams to the upper teams. Let's see how it works out. Taco makes a play through Monster. Doesn't work out. Can't find Freakazoid in time. That is a pretty deep smoke grenade, and it could be lurked through. They could reaggress, but eUnited have the time to wait. Got the dry peaks now from Fallen, but Food is looking for it. You can see the angles he's holding. Very, very nice indeed. There's an instant trade from Marky. It's a simple 2-man setup. Play with your teammate, punish. Fantasi's got the rotation. And MIBR will probably get even more deleted in this round, or maybe not. Fur's aware of the possibilities. Fantasy focusing on connector itself. So it's a 3 versus 2. MIBR not in the greatest of positions. Will they go for it?
United have been routinely finding success towards B now. We've had, obviously, they have had some success around A, but yeah, they're getting these kills at B. Obviously, MIBR try to go aggressive in certain spots in this round. I do really like the monster aggression, but we'll come back to that in a moment. So we do have the retake attempts here by MIBR. It's going to be difficult. Time is really running out. First speeding things up, running from the water to try to find a kill, but they are not peeking at all. They're not giving MIBR a single chance or hope to do anything else in this round.
I look really good on their defaults, really making MIBR work for their kills, and in the same time not giving away the kills at all. Just a really good default. You see Food is always in the water, just listening for rotates and whatnot. So from MIBR's point of view, maybe something more aggressive needs to take hold, like maybe take over water, maybe take over a party or the pump an area to really just take one side of the map.
Yeah, they are desperately lacking that initiative, or taking the ability to take initiative and force eUnited to respond to losing a player, or respond to losing a portion of the map and having their game plan constricted. And that's a great shot from KNG off the boost there, and that's one of the aggressions that you wanted to see. And it puts eUnited in a committed position towards B. They really need to get something working here. They're going to take advantage of the lack of defense on B. And they may just go for it. All out, the bomb is going to be picked up by Vanity.
These smokes will delay them going through to the other side, or will they? Food takes a gamble. Lots of information on the locations, and Freakazoid follows up, but there's still another CT in the water. But how do you get the multi-frags now? It's KNG. Will they expect anyone else to be here? No. Blind, but they heard the position of the AWP. KNG has since fallen to a different position up on the box. Oh, he was so close to taking out Vanity. Now Lucas is in a 1 versus 2. Bomb needs to get planted. Those smokes give opportunities to both sides. Stuck in the balcony, but he finds a spray for Vanity, and he's so close! He'll finish off the job. They keep dueling. Maybe expecting he had an advantage over the smoke, but they couldn't quite land enough bullets, and MIBR sneak another round into this first half.
How did he hit those 2 kills through the smoke like that? I wonder if he saw it tip their heads or something. That was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I guess it's just like that awareness, and in terms of the positions on the site where he would have to place his crosshair, and then because there's technically only like 2 spots, like this spot where he was spraying, and then the spot towards sandbags where he was spraying as well. So he just knows his angles, I guess. But that was a much needed round for MIBR. They get a second AWP out of it as well. It was very damaging to their economy. United are playing really well right now. Very fast responses. Another opening pick for MIBR.
That's the danger of MIBR, the double op system where, oh, KNG's over there, Fawn's over here. What do you do? Slow defaults really suck against that playstyle.
Yeah. And within the 5v3, Fer's going to go for a push. He can afford to take the risk because they're ahead so much, and make sure that he has all the information. This is, look at this, so beautiful. MP9.
So what do you think of MP9 right there, Dan?
Oh,
Sick.
stop. Marquis is in a 1 versus a lot. And he doesn't have the bomb. 2 CTs crawling over the bomb at the moment. KNG peeks! Again, that model on the stairs we can't see, but that model does not represent the same for every player. It is client-based, so it may lie one way for us, and it may lie another way for somebody else.
I was found with one of the majors, like, I think in 2016, I think it was Columbus, I said so, I was like, do you guys know about, the fact that it's client side for the models, like, that messes with gameplay sometimes quite a lot. Like, for one person, it will be obscuring something he can't see, but the other person, it landed somewhere else, that body, and then and that person gets the advantage. And like, surely you guys will fix this.
But why?
Push into B. Lost the pistols. Taco in the smoke. Oh, he's got a lovely little position. Look at this.
Well, that was a fast one. Nice fast deco. Not much to talk about. How we like them. On to the last buy round of the first half. Round number 15. The 2 AWPs continue. Fallen can even afford armor. Obviously, this is the vacuum of one game, but I wonder how much comfort there is without the AWP for Fallen, and how long it'll take them to sort those kind of things out. 4 and 10 for the moment, but we have seen some nice rounds from eUnited, and they started off well, of course. So the CTs were on the back foot from the start. That knife is $1,000 plus, by the way.
Which one?
Lucas's knife. I was looking at the knife KNG has, and I was wondering, because it looks like a field tested or something, spiderweb. I wonder if once the MIBR paychecks start rolling in, if it'll get an upgrade, suddenly we'll see the wear gradually get better. Freakazoid makes his way into the monster position. We've seen lots of burst plays from a number of different teams in the monster tunnel recently. Fallen takes one, but he is taken as well. Give to receive, apparently. Marquee patient in connector. Lucas thought it was a good time to make a flank. Apparently it wasn't.
That's a really huge kill to get to, because that can turn the decision completely around in terms of what eUnited want to do. Because once you get that pick, you know it's an A player, and you're thinking, okay, well there's 2 on B, and we know there's 1 on A right now. They can definitely understand that. So, but with using the time and resetting the situation, the A player is forced to play really passively in most situations. And the cool thing here is that the A player, KNG, he's kind of in this interesting flanking position where he can get a kill and then represent a flank, even if he doesn't go for the flank. But the only issue is that he won't get the info if they go very quietly. He doesn't get the info, and they can get position. That's another thing to play. Oh, and the timing works out appallingly for him. It's very unfortunate. And first out of position, this rotation's worked out extremely well for United.
Bomb is planted just before Fur can take an angle. Smokes are up, and once those smokes go down, then it'll be raining in a hail of bullets. Food creeping over the smoke and spots Fur. And surely it is too much to ask now of Taco, who has been a dab hand with the AWP of late. 1 versus 3. Who's the initial peeker? Because there's going to be a big swing afterwards. There we go, it's Freak as well. And that will be enough. 9-6 at half-time. eUnited started well, but will they finish well? We'll find out after the break.
Be like Bottle. Build your own community with your very own hub. Join other hubs and play more maps competitively than ever before. Compete for prizes and win FACEIT points just by playing your favorite games. It really is that simple. Join the community or create your own. Only at FACEIT.com.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
United have 9. 2-6 of MIBR. All things can, well, I want to say it's a reasonable score, but on the CT side, they can't be satisfied with that. And sometimes you have to settle for not being satisfied, and MIBR will be in that situation as they move to the T side with 6 for MIBR players going into the connector position. And it looks like they will be streaming upstairs.
I think eUnited are going to win this map. 9 rounds on that first half. I'm very impressed. But they're going to lose this bomb site. There is no doubt about that. Bigzoid, no time to pull that one out. He'll be taken down immediately. Vanity's got to have multiple kills here. Doesn't get it, but he does create distraction. Food will eat them up, and he is going to serve the same treatment to Lucas. Now Fallen will come in to see if there are any players to be found easily, any quick kills to be had, but they are very wary of him, and Food is going to take him down as well. They've all been consumed, devoured, James.
It's really weird looking at the kill feed there. Freakazoid gets a flash assist 10 years after throwing the flash.
It's bugged.
It's because he is amazing at flashing, James.
I don't think it's just very extremely generous.
It makes sense though, because it's a stat that's supposed to encourage usage of flashes, I guess, within the casual player base.
Yeah.
In that sense, it does its job because it feels good when you feel like, oh, I contributed.
Rewarding. It releases.
Even if you didn't.
It's also misleading though. Like, what if your flash is bad and doesn't blind him, but it still shows the flash assist?
Well, just try and use the flash. that's enough. All these YouTube videos. Here, you can flash for yourself and do this. No, stop.
Flash
Big
routines.
HE in that short B position, and MIBR will be maimed before they even see any of these CTs. They're lining up for Food, and he will take all the protein they will offer. Taco and Fallen remain, one on the site, one not. He's got his reload in, the pre-fire's not going to be good enough to take out Taco, who's found himself an MP9. And suddenly we're in a 2 versus 2 situation. This has changed dramatically.
The MP9 comes into play, and Cooper needs to get in the DM with the MP9, but it's okay. He falls on 1 HP, and now he is on less than 1 HP. And it's 11-6 for United.
eUnited looking just really solid overall.
Yeah, they
teamwork. It's also kind of simple. On the T side, there's a lot of 1-1-3s where you just have 2 lurkers and then kind of a core just trying to work a pick or a choke point together. And then they'll just mix it up. Just mix up where the core goes and where the lurkers go. Keep guessing, but still a sturdy, simple offense. I like it from eUnited.
It is delectable, delicious, desirable, all of the words begin with D. We'll see if there can be any damage done here by MIBR with the pistols. M9 will be used to maximum capacity. 2 kills that Vayne had. And Food is now looking for some as well. He'll find exactly what he's after. 4 players finding their kills, and that's going to be 12-6, soon to be 16-6. United looking great.
Use some timeouts, MIBR. Tired of teams not using timeouts.
Why timeout if you can buy a Krieg? Just buy 4 Kriegs instead.
You gotta have a game plan though, Dan. You can't just use a Krieg and expect to win.
Well, what will be interesting here, I kind of love how good SMGs are in that, you know, you can keep using them because you get viable options on rounds like this, and they're useful in close to medium ranges, so you have to go aggressive with them to really get value out of it in a situation like this. So I'm looking forward to seeing the spots that United play with those SMGs, and they've decided to stack towards B here, anticipating MIBR going towards B early on in the round, and because nothing's happening, they go for the info play, they take over sewers, and now they rotate players out of B. So it's a good opening from United, but MIBR, they've got Kriegs, they've got utility, they've got position on A. If they want to take out, that is.
It looks like they are, because Fur is gonna clear out this long A. I do not think United spotted Fur on top of those flowers, but they were gonna encourage to smoke anyways.
Push has been spotted, and now there's 4 players here, and Vanity's going deep. This is perfect. Get a player deep to try to thin the numbers before they get to you. And this is looking a little bit sketchy now, but the MP9 coming into play. Food showing it. This in a full display of domination, but it's a 2v3 now for United. They've not done enough damage in their forward positions. They have the flank in Freakazoid. Perhaps some attention needs to be grabbed by the MP9, or maybe not, because they're not facing the bathrooms. Look, a bit of lag there for Freakazoid. MIBR will win the rounds. It felt like United were close.
They were close.
They got the M4 on Vanity in a forward position around Divider. That had to be a kill, though. I mean, we could see Lucas annihilating him.
Yeah, it could have been a little different if they had more rifles instead of 3 submachine guns. Obviously, I mean, you're playing against Kriegs here. Best gun ever. But now, United double op, straight to the double ops setup. Food throwing up with the op. I'm not sure if I've ever seen him off.
Well, no time like finals qualification match. Marquis almost taking down 2. Significant damage down to Taco. Very, very weak indeed. Taco will go down eventually, and I don't know how Freakazoid converted that one. Fur goes down, And absolute madness on the B bomb site results in a plant, a 2 versus 2 in favor of MIBR with the bomb ticking away. Cooper and Food making their way in on a retake, double orb retake. Actually not the worst bomb site in the world for a double orb retake. It's not like it's, you know, the B bomb site on Dust 2 or something like that, but or Mirage, but it's still difficult. Waiting out the smokes here. They're carrying a lot of money in their hands right now. If they don't go for this, that's okay. And ooh, worst case scenario, both die, and the orb collected.
It's just so hard to fall back in a 2-on-2 situation, but especially if you have a 2 ops, the bomb's planted, and you don't have any position, retaking the bomb site. It sucks to think about it, but it's probably better to save those 2 ops for the next round, especially if it's going to be another save round. You know, run away to fight again another day.
It's a simple lineup for a pop flash. I'm very curious to see how it goes. There is the flash. Well, that's one we've learned for a burst play around the fountains. It's okay for MIBR. I'd say it's good for MIBR. You know, a play like that could be devastating. So, all things considered, one player lost, 2 at half health. It could be a hell of a lot worse. Now, will timing be a curse here? No, there's a jiggle, but no peak. KNG sees that. He's not concerned at all. He knows he's not getting repeats. Taco creeping through connector. They've lost position now. Vanity able to escape. And Freakazoid is in an unexpected position. Oh dear, Fallen is ready. That's a great headshot from Freakazoid. Props for that, but Vanity surely will prioritize the Krieg as a safety blanket, as a waifu pillow.
Do you have one of those, James?
I think Dan's more a waifu pillow type than me.
What do you mean?
If we put a picture of us sitting next to each other on a poll, actually, I don't know. If we put a poll on the internet and said who's more likely to have a waifu pillow, I'm not sure who they'd vote for, to be honest with you. That would be a curious one. We should do that. We should do that tomorrow or something. When the Europeans and the North Americans are up.
So what, like 8 AM?
You're the one jumping around maps of anime posters.
Look, that's not by choice. It's in the rotation on the KZ server.
It is a choice. You could leave and go to another map. Go to another server. There's plenty of them, James. I think that is actually just proof.
But I'm part of a community, Dan. I'm part of a community. They gave me a VIP status. I have a Thanos skin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Can't just leave. I've got jumping around as Thanos. It's great. There's
cool,
people
like
jumping
anime.
around as Donald Trump.
It's okay
Nicholas
to like
Pickles Cage.
Pickles Cage?
Yeah. Just a giant pickle with Nicolas Cage's face on. There's a lot going on.
Nicolas Cage, that's a new one for me. Is that a thing?
Raid Boss KZ server, look it up. Yeah, Pickles Cage apparently is a thing. Of course, there are people jumping around as a Japanese schoolgirl with a backpack on.
I'm gonna be Pickle
It
Rick.
seems like right up your alley.
There's a
James.
Diva skin on there.
Pickle Rick.
Spider-Man. You could be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some. Not flexible though.
3-round lead for eUnited. It's been shortened. It was much better than this, but MIBR are not done just yet. They're not done with this map of Overpass. It is a confidence pick for for eUnited. Again, they are 75%. Vanity with the Krieg. A little slow on the trigger finger, but he will just about survive. Taco taken down at the same time. So there are serious issues now for MIBR. And again, they don't have too many rounds to lose at this point, so they must find a way to turn this around.
This round looks very slim for MIBR. They're going to slow it down, trying to get some picks here. Failed run boost at long. Luckily for them, no one was stacked. Opping. Right down Fallen's throat. It looks like MIBR is going to sneak here towards A. They have a minute left, so they do have a little bit of time to work with. What do they do?
Hello. Oh, I could just chill here for a while, observe the flowers. Imagine if you could drive stuff in this game. Get a little golf cart, drive it around.
Where's the funk vehicle?
It's APC.
So Mario Mario Kart. There was like a racetrack or something. I think in the source. You could sit on these just giant ugly blocks which would fly around. But anyway, there are 24 seconds for MIBR, and it looks like they will commit to this. Although Fallen's the one in the back, and he's the one with the AWP, just holding a line. And here's a big flashbang. 16 seconds as he starts to approach. KNG's made it to Optimus, but there are still 5 players alive. 10 seconds, and there's no damage done just yet. Fallen with the AWP will be the last one to fall, but at least he will die in time as opposed to after time. A strong start for United, 2 frags practically at the same time, and then they closed it out. They limited the variance, they did not overextend. They weren't too curious for information. They played it patiently. They had discipline, and they finished it in a strong fashion. They forced the hand of MIBR, and they took everything away. You couldn't ask for more than that.
Can't. Those 2 early picks really put a dent in MIBR's comeback. Able to afford some Kriegs. But Deagle and Taco, we've seen some amazing rounds from Taco and the Deagle, so can't count them out. Just a slow water take from MIBR.
I'm enjoying how it's a team effort from United. In some of the games we've seen, it's been kind of the carry show from Food or Cooper or Marquis, but it feels like everybody's extremely focused together here. Again, it's like one of those games where it really brings out the best of the team, it seems, so far at least. Boost here looking in for a frag. KNG might actually get it if he waits long enough indeed. Oh, the tease. There you go. Does actually pick it up. Can there be a recovery for United? They know that MIBR has at least 2 players there. Oh, that's not what you want. Spraying through like that, giving them a chance to fight back against the Tracers. You're already down a man. And Cooper, he's getting closer and closer. This could fall apart for United. It could really fall apart.
Oh. Angles. Appearing at the same time. Chooses one, punished by the other. 3 plays remain for United, and the pace is picked up pretty damn quickly. Lucas going for the transfer with the Krieg, a bit more laboured than it might be with an AK. That late spray, not everybody is a master of it. MIBR will actually finish on the A-bomb site, it seems, or... yeah, they will. Almost look like they're going to go through it, but of course there's no need for that. Vanity remains with the Krieg on the B-bomb site. Taking another awkward as angle as possible, and there is the instant trade. Now this is a problem. We're getting to the late stage, and eUnited's loss bonus is about to go into the bin. The money's not there. MIBR will reset them after eUnited win that 1 round. But there's some padding to be done. eUnited, they have the space to build some money and keep their lead, which is really important as we move into the last third of the game here, round 24.
Fast round from MIBR into the B-bomb site. Ooh, nades going through. This could be big. Oh, just a little bit too deep there against the first 2 players. Unfortunate. Another dink does come in though. These pistols looking to get absolutely wrecked indeed. They will not do too much damage. Vanity coming in for the back. Might have a timing here. That's a weak player. Oh dear. Okay, now suddenly things start to get a little bit tricky for MIBR. However, Vanity in an exposed position is going to go down. And without that flank, without the ability to pick up a weapon, it's not looking good. But some damage has been done.
What was really cool... oh, Cooper, he could find a ding-dong. Almost, but not quite. He can make it expensive though, but he won't. More expensive, that is. What's cool in that push is the chain flashes from MIBR. Elmer Puddy did a video before he was picked up by... is it Cloud9 he was picked up by?
Who?
Elmer Puddy?
Whatever that is.
I think he was picked up by Cloud9. But anyway, he did a video of cool grenades from the Major. And one of them was a flash from outside Monster, which goes in front of the pillar. So if you have players swinging from Monster, they can swing and the flash goes the other side of the pillar. So if there's any CTs in the water, which is generally where they defend from, they'll get blasted by the flashbang, but the T's can continue to charge. So 2 of those flashes came in late once their players were halfway through the tunnel, which is really good for a take of the B bomb site. Keep everybody blind. You can't really hold an angle if you're eating flashbangs for days. Definitely one to look at from the demo. Now, MIBR with a strong take of the short B position. 4 of the 5 players are here with one outside monster. That would be Fallen, who has a different variation of a flashbang. As you can see, there is a CT and Marquis close to the monster tunnel though. There's no flash for him. Food's taken out by the barrels, but Marquis can still do something using the smoke as a brick wall as he repositions. He finds 2, he finds 3 Marquis. Beautiful work from him, turning the round around. But Fur and Fallen are already here and they still need to be dealt with.
Oh, he's going through the smoke. He has got a great read of this situation. It's a beautiful position, very strong if he holds it towards the short B tunnel, but it looks like he'll give up that position. He's got his back to Fallen right now, that's a problem. He doesn't know which way to look at which timing. This could go very badly. It's all about timing, flicking back around. Oh, the whiff from Fallen. And at the same time, Vanity takes down Fur, leaving Fallen as the only element for MIBR that's active in this round now. A rogue element. But what is he going to be able to accomplish? He hasn't got the bomb, so he will rotate, try to keep the AWP alive. Maybe he'll play in the slide. Or the swing.
Everyone was saved by Marquis there. Just 3 nice, crisp, clean kills. Able to stay alive and bait the shot off of Fallen.
You can Molotov or HE or put something in that position. We saw flashes into the site, but again, if Marquis is close holding monster, there was nothing to blind him. No Molotov for the spot either. And they may have wanted a faster play than to telegraph things with a Molotov, but with that smoke up in the middle of the site, look how he just repositioned to limit the abuse of the numbers. You could see Lucas and KNG tried to swing together, but Marquis went so deep behind the smoke grenade so as to avoid that exact play. He was here for the multi-frags, and that is such a key round for eUnited. That may be the round which allows them to win this game.
Yeah, big response required now by MIBR to elude defeats.
Chicken McCracken spot.
The HE is cool because if somebody is in the tunnel, they're creeping through the smoke, he will hear the HE connect with them, then he can just spray them down for free, which is probably the main intention of it. Pop flash is big. Vanity sees 2 more players and the bomb. I think he may have had another support grenade from Cooper. He's looking in the right place at the right time. He's got the shadow advantage as well. Fur is taken out. This is a difficult round for MIBR to get an opening kill on Cooper, but they don't know where Vanity is, so they do now. Vanity trying to play the off angles, but eventually he'll get swiped. 3 versus 3 now as the rotation from the CTs comes in from B towards A. There's a flash of forward looking towards the truck, waiting for a re-peek, but he needs his teammates to cover his left-hand side. Goes back to the well. He's lost his position, but KNG might be able to trade, or apparently not. Trying to take out Freakazoid from the back. And Freak will pop 3 players on the A bomb site, and there's a game point for eUnited.
They're playing. This is the best CS I've seen eUnited play ever. I don't know about you guys, if you guys agree, but the way that they're handling situations, they're reactive, their communication's good, they're hitting their shots, everybody's delivering and doing the job, their individual jobs that they're supposed to do in various situations. And they're playing really well. And MIBR, they got a force buy, and they're only able to muster 4 deagles and some nades.
That sucks for MIBR, and that sucks even more. Brisket has come early because that's a very meaty HE grenade in connector.
30 damage.
Trying to storm towards the A bomb site now. Cooper has angles towards long. He's got cover as well, but Lucas has a better angle, but he can't quite find a fatal connection. Then there were 3 opening kill for them, but Vanity's got such a great angle with the M4A4. Right tool for the job. The Emperor is out, and Fallen will do what he can. Can he retrieve a weapon? He can't. 16 to 11 for eUnited on Overpass. Their percentages remain high.
What a performance. That is really impressive. From a great T side to an even better CT side, I would say. I think MIBR on their CT side, they really struggled to take initiative against eUnited, and I think that was the main issue. One of the things that's really devastating against MIBR is that you may have a game plan, but then they throw in that just a perfect play that really disrupts you, and now you have to spend time guessing, and you know, maybe that's the time where they'll get another pick. But instead, no, eUnited got to run their game plan, and it worked.
Yeah, eUnited's just This is their map. It seems like they know what to do in almost every situation. Their teamwork is above par. It's just amazing, and it made MIBR really struggle to even get the rounds that they did. It's just such good teamwork and play by United. I'd say ban this map. Don't let Overpass float with the United. They are really good.
Yeah. This is crazy. Look at this. Everybody doing good amounts of damage here for Uniteds. And that's the other thing too, is like there were a lot of spots where maybe I could have turned it around, but those M4 multi-kills, always just enough, it seemed.
Yeah, that was fantastic from them. Again, even though they might be playing on a more regular basis, slightly lower tier opposition, I think those percentages are really damn high, and they'll go into that with confidence, and they most certainly did. They take the first map. They are 1-0 up versus MIBR. They are one map away from making it to Arlington, Texas. Will they be able to do it, and will it be in 2 or 3 maps? The first part of that answer comes after the break.